All right, my peoples and my peoples, to be we're reviewing Mission Barbecue to see if it's any good. And I picked this up today. Just got the sampler box where you get to pick 3 meats, and I picked babyback ribs, beef brisket, pulled pork, and it came with a piece of cornbread. Now, I'm not going to be too critical of them because this food is cold, and and I'm going to have to reheat it. So stuff like this is best to have, when they serve it to you hot. But already, before I taste it, the brisket already looks overcooked. The ribs, I can't say for sure what it may or may not be because that's how ribs are until you grab them and stuff like that. And also the pulled pork. It's another one of those things where you gotta, eat it to see if it's, on par or not. Let's take a taste and see what's up. Now we're gonna do the brisket. Okay, the brisket is overcooked. It's not juicy. There's no smoke ring really on this. So it's overcooked. Not really, doesn't have a really good bark on it. I mean, it looks like there's a good bark on it, but it's not really a great bark on there. It doesn't have a strong taste to it. I like a peppery, salty bark. At a minimum, this is not it. Let's try the ribs. Okay. I came right off the bone pretty nice. Even though it's cold, like I said, it's not their fault. I had to travel about 40 miles to bring this home. There's a weird, unique taste to these ribs that I'm not accustomed to. I'm trying to put my finger on what it is. It's seasoned pretty well, and like I said, that was a tender bite. I mean, it pretty much, I pulled it with my fingers. It came like right off the bone. As far as babyback ribs go, those are pretty good. I can tell even cold, it's pretty damn good. Like a seasoning, is like a hint of sweetness to it. Not really salty, not peppery. It's it's an herby, sweet kind of taste to it. All right, let's try the pulled pork. Pulled pork is pretty good. It's not vinegary. And I do like a vinegary pulled pork, but this is not. But that's not a deal breaker. Lightly seasoned as you would expect from a franchise barbecue spot. Not salty, not peppery, just kind of right down the middle. So, pretty good. Not stand out, but, pretty good. Let's try the cornbread. Once again, even though it's cold, because it took me 40 minutes to get home, and I ran some errands, but the cornbread is soft, it's sweet, but it doesn't have, it's more of a cakey texture, which I'm not mad at, but in my cornbread, I like a little, like that cornmeal graininess to it, and just doesn't really have that, but it's not a deal breaker. It's a very good tasting, sweet the way you expect. But on the outside, no crispy crunchiness. Like, it's not cast iron cornbread or anything like that. But still, it tastes pretty good. So overall, what I would say is Mission Barbecue, not a bad job. I'm gonna give them a try again to see if I can get some regularly cooked brisket, not overcooked brisket, to get a better take on how good it is or isn't. But like I said, this batch that I got, it was definitely overcooked and dried out, and I'm inclined to believe this is probably something that they probably didn't even make it today. It's just probably held over from the other day, and he just kept it heated too long. you know. So if you overheat brisket, it will overcook eventually, and then it's kind of, not that it's not tender, but it doesn't have that slight wetness, you know, or maybe just a little bit of fat on it. You know, you could taste that, you know, that little salty fat on it. It's not there. So I'm gonna say it's okay for now, and I'm gonna try to get at it again and see if I can get a better cut of the brisket to get a better take on it. For me, you're always gonna get better barbecue if you find a good mom and pop barbecue spot than you are from franchise barbecue spots. I mean, that's just the way it is. Franchise like Mission and like Dickey's, they do an okay job. It's just like, you know, to me, it's like you go down the highway and, you know, if your choice is McDonald's, Wendy's, or Burger King, it's like they're all different. Any one of them will do, but it's not like getting a real burger from a real burger spot where they're like, you know, smashing the patty and stuff like that. It doesn't stack up to a mom and pop spot when it comes to a burger. And like I said, these franchise barbecue spots do not stack up against mom and pops. But that being said, fast food wise, you know what I'm saying, and you want something besides Kentucky Fried Chicken, Popeyes, Burger King, Wendy's barbecue, I would say definitely give Mission Barbecue a shot off of what I'm tasting today. I'm not mad at it all, and it's definitely, especially if you're not accustomed to smoked meats, this is a good entryway. This is a good entry to smoked meats. All right, this is your boy Carl from the Get to the Points Reviews. Peace.